Hello, orienteering friends. Welcome to the next race recording. This was a long track or long course on the map called Airport. It was category H35, and it was basically like a bigger version of the map that I ran the day before, where I had a lot of troubles in this kind of new terrain for me. So today the race was starting at a familiar location, so that was kind of an advantage for me, or at least it made me a little bit more confident than I was yesterday. So let's start. So here you can see that my first control is this small swamp where I was stopping yesterday, and where I did that mistake when I switched my directions of the controls. Instead of going to control 4, I started going to control 12 there. But because of that, I already knew the environment or the area, so I was more confident which way to go. And to control, it was like here it was quite obvious that first I will go these narrow rides or these paths that are in the wood, and I will basically try to get to that gamekeeper stand or place. So that's where I'm headed now, and we can cut and I will comment more when I get there. So no surprises, now I crossed that water line, and here I'm slightly readjusting my bearing, or here I took a bearing properly because I wanted to go, according to the compass now to the control. More or less doing fine here. I think around this point I kind of started seeing that swampy or marshy area where I was the day before, so I knew it, and sure enough there was the control. So this was easy, let's say, and quite confidently I continued, or at least I tried to continue and do the mapping while running, but no. Well, here again you can see all the tracks from the harvesters that are kind of confusing because you don't see them in the map, right? They don't put them in the map all the time. But here I'm getting back on track according to the bearing. I think I'm going the very good direction. I mean, following quite well this bearing. Maybe slightly to the right, more than I would want, let's say, but still okayish. I guess I wanted to get to that meadow near the airport, so in that regards that's fine. I'm still headed to the control. Still it's a good direction. So now I will kind of speed it up maybe, because I will be just running to the control. As you can see, there were already man-made tracks, and so I was kind of following that, but here I knew that I'm probably not at that point yet. And now when I saw this small forest in front of me, that was first sign that I might be closing to the control. And then here, because I didn't see the control, then I thought, okay, the control must be somewhere in this next forest patch. And there was also this water line, so that was another assurance that I'm on the right track. Now to control 3, that was let's say simple. I would say you just have to take proper bearing and follow it, right? So far doing all right, let's say. Maybe going slightly to the left more than I would want me to see. This is a colleague from my club, and I'm just directing him to the control number 2. And he is actually going from the direction of control number 3. So for him that was his control, but he was going the opposite direction. Here I am starting to slightly deviate to the left. And now I think I saw the control, but for some reason I didn't account it for that deviation to the left, and I thought that this is the stone that is more, let's say, to the right, and I thought I probably ran too far, so I have to go back. So here you can see quite a big mistake. Like I spent like 3 minutes here, and then of course I got here, similar to control number 3, there is this forest on my right side now, which is the same for control 3. There are these small foresty patches on the left, so I started looking for them. I started looking for the stone around all of these trees and patches. So I will speed it up a little bit, or maybe you can skip it a little bit, because I will be just going in circles here. So somewhere here, when I got somewhere here, I realized I'm at the position where the control 2 was. And I was like, so maybe that control that I saw earlier, that was actually my control. So I started heading that direction and finally reached the control. So now again, I will speed it up. Yeah, here I can clearly see the control that I saw previously, but I wasn't sure that it's that stone, so that was a kind of stupid mistake, because I saw that control earlier. I just, for some reason, thought that it's not the one, and yeah, it cost me basically 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes 30. To control 4, this was this tricky area with scattered forests, and kind of some parts were more dense than the others. But my first thought was that I will get to one of these water lines and I will just follow it and get to that road or path junctions. So here maybe I should have followed this water line on my left. Okay, I'm going that way. That's good. I don't really remember how I went. It's been a week already, so. But now I was trying just to follow this water line, so yeah, this is fine. I guess I could have gone like just follow this line, and when I will get to the path or to the road there, where is this small clearing, I think I got there. Then I could have gone from the left side. That although there is this marshes and some kind of area that might be difficult to got through, so let's see how I will decide. Well, I know how I will decide, right? But I'm not going to tell you now. Okay, so here I am. Okay. What now? So now I'm deciding which way to go. I think I could have gone straight now. It would be fine. Probably I'm not sure where am I guess. It's taking so much time. Probably now I'm deciding which way to go. Yeah, okay, so I decided to go along this road. Maybe I thought that this is the junction, but it wasn't really correlating, so that's why I decided to go a little bit further. This is the next water line, so this should give me a good, yeah, this is the road. So now I know that I'm on the junction. Now probably I will cut into the forest and try to go somewhat straight, let's say, or try to follow the bearing. I guess like it's very difficult to follow the bearing in such a forest. I'm not really, I wouldn't suggest to do it to anyone. You must be very confident with your navigation to do this. Apparently I felt so and went for this kind of choice, and apparently, as I can see now, it wasn't that bad. I executed quite well, although you don't see far ahead. You can easily lose your direction, so I was glad that I reached this point, and I was focusing on some kind of fenced area, and because I got to the fence here, I somehow turned my map and started going to the left, and That's probably why I went this direction instead of, you know, just cutting it through this whole clearing. You know, now I think I'm kind of lost. I was expecting the stone to be already here. I guess my map was not properly, you know, aligned to the north, so that's why I'm searching completely opposite. But honestly, at first I got a little bit distracted by the fence, and then I heard somebody, and I asked him if there is this stone, and he said, "Oh, that's not there. It's the other direction." And I was like, "But there is this fence here," and he said, "Well, that's new." And so so basically he gave me a good advice, and then I finally realized where am I and where is the stone. So yeah, he's showing me this stone. As you can see, the lady, compared to me, she knew exactly where she was when she entered the clearing, and she got to the stone sooner than I did. So here I lost again, maybe a minute, maybe a minute and a half, but it was fortunately not that much. I guess without the help of that guy, I would spend much more time here. Now control 5, let's see. Yeah, that was a known area to me. I had I wouldn't say I had a control there, but at least I got to that place there the day before. So I kind of knew where I want to get. My initial thoughts were, let's get to that big road. So I was trying to, you know, just get to this kind of narrow ride or clearing, whatever it is. And then there is this small path or a road which was previously done by some kind of harvester. Was taking me so long. Maybe I was deciding how I will get there. So here I just followed the path, let's say, kind of. I had it on my left side still, so that's what I was, you know, going. That was the direction I was going, let's say. Little confusing here and there because of all the works that were going on in this forest. There were new paths, and some of them were in the map, some of them were not. So as you can see, I'm kind of, you know, going slightly in the direction to control number 5, still looking around, still trying to, you know, understand where exactly am I. So this was a very, you know, like difficult area for me. You know, you can see that it was a lot of work done here. Now I'm getting to the main water line. It doesn't look that big on the map as I mean, it doesn't look as big in reality as on the map. As you can see now, I'm deviating a lot from the direction. here I thought this is the area where I was the day before. So here I kind of I thought I decided to go elsewhere, but here am I again. Okay, so yeah, here is the area where I was previously, the previous day, but because I'm going from a different direction, I didn't recognize it properly. Now I realized there must have been my control yesterday somewhere here, and I think finally somewhere here I recognized the place. I kind of yeah, this was the place where was my control the day before, I think. So I finally somehow realized which way to go. I basically went the same way as the day before. So here again I lost at least a minute. I should have followed one of the branches of the main water line earlier, let's say, but here I was confident that I know where I am and how to get to the control, because I was here the day before. So at least I got back to the track and didn't lose that much, So to control 6, I'm not sure, I don't see the map here, but I would say that I just follow the bearing that I took, and I think that was a pretty good execution. One of the features that helped me was this, youngish forest, more dense forest that you will see on the map there somewhere on the left side. And then there is this small fenced area or some man-made structure, so that when I got there I was pretty sure where am I, and that way I was getting to control 6 like in a reasonable time. I wasn't, I'm not a like super fast runner, but I'm losing a lot of time by taking a bearing, taking my time to properly align myself, etc. So let's make it faster a little bit now. So as you saw, pretty good execution, still going along the bearing pretty well, and again here I had some control here in this car area the day before, so I kind of knew where I'm going, and here you can see this small like a valley or a kind of erosion, so I knew that it will be somewhere at the top, and then I could even see the control from afar, so that was kind of easy, let's say. So again, this is the end of this kind of road or narrow ride, let's say. Now to control number 7, this was I don't know, somewhat tricky, maybe. One possibility was to go like all the way to the left and cross that clearing and the fences, and then to the road, and basically going through the left side. But I think I didn't consider that choice. Somehow I thought I didn't even notice it as a choice, I think. So instead I went down to this small valley, and then I went along the stream that is here. Again, I had some control here the day before, so I knew this area, and then I basically decided to follow the stream and get across it to that roads. And then I thought that I will go around the valley and climb the hill. So yeah, that's my idea, and that's basically what I followed and executed pretty nicely. So I will speed it up here a little bit. Around this point I was considering going straight into the forest. That's why I stopped, but then I decided, nah, I'm not going to fight the vegetation and then going up and climbing the hill. So I decided that I will run along the road a little bit, and then just climb up slightly, like few meters, and then I will be let's say not on the top but on the edge of the valley, and it will be easier to run. And I think it was a good decision. At least for me it was a good decision. It would be much harder for me to get through all that vegetation, and I had still a long way in front of me, so I didn't want to get too exhausted. And now I'm basically following the contour. I'm trying to follow the contour. So I knew that I should see some kind of rock. Now I can see even the control here. Well, rock, it's more of a boulder, let's say. So now I was already planning which way to go to number 8. That was a long leg. So the first part, let's say, well, for some reason I didn't even consider to going to the left. There was a possibility to go along the roads that are going around the hills, around the hill on the left. Instead, I just, I was there yesterday. I knew what I'm going through. I knew what I'm going to climb. So I decided to go that way and basically follow the climb up this first hill to the top, and then along the contours to that big road and to those fenced areas. So I will speed it up a little bit now. So far, I think good execution of my plan. Here I started considering to go left and, like get back to the line, but I realized that there is some kind of valley and some kind of hill, and it's there is this stream and vegetation, so I kind of decided to continue a little bit longer along this road and basically get to that narrow right where I was when going to control number 4, and then follow that narrow right to that big road, and then from there to the control. So again, I will speed it up and you will see that I executed it quite nicely. It was mostly along some kind of roads or paths, so it was like runnable. So even though I'm running, walking, still it was okay-ish. I'm not that good physical, let's say, or I'm not bad, but again, still kind of readjusting myself. As you saw, that narrow ride wasn't very easy to go through. There were a lot of water, and sometimes I had to avoid it. Now I saw some guy that I saw previously at the start, so I started following him, but just to be sure, I took my bearing as well. Again, we are getting in this kind of area that I'm afraid of, because it's not very distinguishable for me. Where am I? I would rather see it as just a white forest with water lines, and not like a scattered forest with small clearings or openings all around. For me, this is just a like a white forest, let's say. And here I am at the map. It looks like I'm at the water line, but I don't see. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, I wanted to follow it, but I wasn't quite sure if this one is the correct one. And you can see that I'm going really slowly, constantly, checking map. Now I saw that this waterline is somewhat bending, so I thought, okay, maybe this is the one. But as you can see, very slow, losing time here because I'm not running, not advancing. I wish I would be at least walking, Now here there is this small stone, and I realized that I can see it on the map, so that's why I followed this direction and finally found the control at the bigger stone. Here I guess I took a wrong bearing or something, because normally I would not normally, but I would expect here that I will follow this guy, but somehow I got cross this water line and somewhat more to the left. here starts some kind of path, but clearly I don't see it. Instead, I'm continuing to the left, which was somewhat a mistake, because it took me a longer time, to go around. At least now, maybe I don't know if I realized now where am I. I was a little bit confused, but when I got to the meadow, I realized that, yeah, here am I in the corner of that meadow. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I was actually expecting that I'm already on the meadow where is this refreshment station, but that's why I'm stopping here and why I'm hesitating. Okay, so I'm correcting myself. And here I'm going, yeah, here is the meadow, where is the refreshment station. So when I saw it, I finally understood that I wasn't very precise with my mapping and kind of deviated. Fortunately, this wasn't a huge mistake. Again, you see this guy was on number 8 with me. Here, for me, it was a time to take a breather and refresh myself. Oh hell, he even got a beer. Nice. And yeah, control number 9, that was easy, just follow the footsteps of the previous guys, and here is the control. Now to control number 10, first I decided to go along this water line, get to that road or vehicle road, small path, and then from there get to that fenced area, and from there to control number 10. Apparently the guy in front of me had the same idea, so somewhat I catched up on him and then followed him to control number 10. So I will speed it up here. I think here I kind of lost my direction. That's why I'm looking and going back. I had to check my map here, and when I realized that I was heading in a wrong direction, I just basically followed that guy and like, okay, I am mapping, but not that much, I just kind of followed the guy. I was like, how is he so sure that the control is here? And then I saw it and I was like, okay, so he saw the control, so that's why he's so confident. To control 11, that was like, I don't know if it was tricky or not, but I didn't saw other choice than just to take a bearing and go straight. And but at the same time, it was kind of difficult for me, to navigate this kind of terrain. So I wasn't very confident, But here, like, I wasn't really hesitating too much. I just said, okay, let's go. let's go straight and let's see where it will take me. Always in this kind of forests here in Czech Republic, there are lots of these paths, and here especially it was a little bit confusing because they were not so visible, and they were, there was these small clearings all around, and to me, as I already mentioned it a couple of times, this is kind of confusing because I'm then not really. I'm still checking the map if I'm seeing the right clearing or not. Here it would be easier for to have here just one or two clearings, like those bigger ones that have the vegetation boundary around. That would be like easier for me. But when there are all of them here, then I'm starting to lose the count. I'm not really it's a distraction to me. Here this water line, I didn't even... Okay, so it's not a water line, it's some erosion, and it's not on the map, so that might have confused me. And here I thought maybe I just have to go straight and get to this bigger clearing. Maybe that will be like that will be the clearing. So here this looked like a clearing, like a bigger one, so I thought, okay, here I am, and I just need to keep my direction. And so I was pleased with myself that I got here. It wasn't easy to run, but because all these branches, but here I was quite confident that this was the clearing. Now I was looking for some kind of not a clearing but a narrow ride but I didn't saw it, although now it looks like I'm running along it, So again, here this was some kind of bigger clearing, so I thought maybe I am here, so that's good. There are these paths around. Maybe that's correct. So again, I'm stopping, I'm walking because I'm checking the map and making myself confident that I'm at the right place. Of course, it's not really helping with the speed and with the advancement, but I'd rather be slow than to do some big mistake. Here I remember that I was pretty confused by the clearings, by the paths, and I was like, okay, so now I just need to, follow the bearing and get to that erosion gully, let's say, and I knew that that clearing is behind me in that direction, so I can just go here this way, and soon I should hit the erosion, and then that was clear. I think somewhere here I already saw the control, so at this point I was quite happy with myself. It wasn't the fastest advance, but it was good. And I also knew that the control 12 is behind this fenced area, and I want to go from the left side, so I wasn't really stopping too much here because I already had that plan in my mind before that. And then from control 12, well, the initial plan would be to go straight, but as you will see, I didn't get so straight. So I will speed it up here. It's not so not to waste your time. So I guess up until now it was kind of straightforward, nothing to say about it. Again, this area I advanced slowly because I was just, trying to play it safe and take good bearing and find control. Fortunately, it was very close, so I could see it now. And to control 14, that was more interesting, let's say. Here we have some kind of volley and a hill. So at first I just decided that first I will go to that main road and maybe I will then go more to the right. And I decided that I will not go along that fenced area because I thought that this would just lead me in that more vegetated area with clearing, etc. So I thought maybe if I go to the right and get to those like small clearings that you will see and down to the stream, that will be a good choice. So I decided on that when I got to the road. Here I'm still just trying to get myself there to the road and looking at the map, making sure where am I. I will speed it up because I already told you my intentions, and I will just follow them, and when we get across the stream I will get back to you. Okay, so I crossed the stream. Here I saw that there is this mountain ridge or whatever, but I didn't really want to climb straight up. So first I decided that I will just, go somewhat like diagonally. Well, as you can see, go means walk because at this point I wasn't really feeling as running. And I'm telling myself, okay, now you can see this kind of a bend of the contours. There is this small valley and you should follow it. I think I could have gone more to my left and I didn't have to climb so soon, let's say, here. And I would be able to run. Anyways, I got to the top and then I started running towards the control. I kind of knew the direction where I should go. The control wasn't really that visible, but you know, like if you have a good sense, then when you are closing to the control, you will know. And I saw that there is this narrow ride on my right side again, so I knew that I'm probably at the right direction. And then of course I saw the control here, so that was a good execution. Could have been faster probably. Control 15, again, this was a control where I was a bit afraid. I knew that up to that bigger road it will be fine. I knew that I can just follow this narrow ride. Although at some point I was like thinking that I will go to the left along that fenced area, but I decided that it's not worth it, that I wouldn't gain that much time. So I just follow this narrow ride up until that main road. And there, you know, of course I wanted to somehow get through that area and get you know, like straight to control 15, but the execution wasn't perfect. You will see that it's like some kind of a snake, kind of funny, you know. Here is the narrow ride, that was clear. Here is the clearing, and I wanted to get to this water line, you know, but here I think I kind of got lost in all this tracks and water lines. Oh god, why it's taking me so long to decide which way to go. Sometimes it's frustrating to watch yourself. Anyway, this is probably the canal that I should have followed, but you know, here I kind of was avoiding to go into that forest, so I deviated. Now I wanted to get back to the, let's say, to my original bearing, but again I kind of followed the tracks. Not a good strategy, definitely not a good strategy. And but I sense that I'm deviating, so I'm trying to get back, but all this kind of vegetation is leading me somewhat away from my original direction. I think somebody in the heavens must have been, you know, watching over me here in this area, because now I decided to go to the right. You know, like, I didn't know where am I just decided that I will follow like my bearing that I took when I was at that narrow ride. Fortunately, that kind of bearing pointed somewhat to the control 15, so that was good. Now I'm more or less back at the track, and as you can see, not very confident. Here at this point, I remember I was pretty lost, and I was like, okay, let's just focus on where your, you know, like bearing points you, and just go that way. Although, you know, very slow advancement, very, you know, unsure about it. Now I should have followed just this waterline, and I crossed it and go too much to the right. Here again, I'm following the tracks of the harvester, getting into some clearings. Again, some tracks. It was also confusing that I was very, very, unsure where am I. Here I finally saw that there is some kind of clearing, and I was like, okay, at least there is some kind of clearing. Let's see what's on there. And then I saw the control, and I was like, maybe this is my control. Let's see. And so I went to that control. Here at this point, it started to look like I'm probably at the right place. And so I was like, oof, some heavy stone falling down from my mind. And to control 16, that was, again, I didn't know what would be the best choice, and I thought like maybe the best choice is just to go straight and try to hit that road or that gamekeeper's pole somewhere there. And I knew that when I take a bearing, I can kind of run straight if the forest allows me to. So at this point I was okay. I was like feeling confident that I can make it, because the forest here looked like runnable. I could see far in front of me. The only, let's say, distraction, or maybe not a distraction, but the only thing that could make me take a wrong decision was this water lines. And here I somewhat decided, or I just look at the map, look at the bearing, and I decided that I will go along this water line, which pointed more in the direction of the control 16. And as you can see, it was a good decision. And a good orienteering, let's say, at this point. Now, again, this waterline ended, but I followed the tracks, and here I was closing to that areas where I got lost the day before, so I was kind of going slowly, but I saw the tracks of people going around here. This looked like some kind of path, so I went along that one. And here I was closing to the meadow. And at this point I heard that my camera battery died. So here you can just see the map that I basically went almost straight to control 16. I think there were a lot of tracks on the meadow by other runners, so I just followed those, and when I got to the road, I just, the last control was at the edge of some forest and the road, so that was clear and easy. I liked this race better than yesterday because I didn't do like any other big mistakes than to control 3, and from that point I would say the race was okay. I remember that control 4 was also not the best from my for my performance, but still acceptable. And the run itself and the weather was good, so I enjoyed it for the most of the part. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, as they say, and subscribe for more. See you next time. Bye.